Good day, Lord and ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with me, Cornish-Knight, as we keep on adventuring. Now, we've done everything here, so we are going to speed up the time, and let's get back on exploring. We were going to Deerford Crossing. Right, here we are. We were going to go this way. I'm going to camp one night.
Nothing will slip past me.
Get that done. And then we are going to go to Kalam Rilag, Silaban Rilag. I believe this is also the place where one of our companions' story missions are. Right. The trailer for Medieval, the real Medieval. If only it wasn't on PlayStation. I can understand why it is, but
this is the place. My big brother's last battle. I wish I could tell you what we're looking for.
Ada scans the lost landscape before you in all directions. He presses his lips together.
Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of rain hasn't buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, all right?
He winks. Right.
Too recent.
Defense against toppled stock paralysis and damage reduction from piercing. Ollun's bramble ring. Rings can be okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's just a standard ring. I wish the rings actually had descriptions. It would make them very cool indeed. Also, I'm going to take some of the stuff off her. That's because we've got a lot of stuff. Soulbound hunting bow. Now there's the piglet. Piglet. Pet. Right.
Yeah? Just say the word.
That corpse is too recent, he says. It's not the one we're looking for.
Just say the word.
So, not much here.
Solofta, a man stands before you, his face smeared with green and orchid eyes, hides and furs cover his body. He holds a spear in his one hand.
What brings you here?
Back to your village, Estremol. You're lucky to treat the free tusk stagna hunt of a quarry today. I'm looking for a group of people who may have entered these ruins. So are we. He runs his thumb along the smooth wood of his spear. That is why we await here, Estamor, and that is why I have decided to let you leave in peace. These individuals are my enemies too. If you let me in, I could bring them out for you. He laughs, and allow even more Estuan to trample sacred ground? Certainly not. Well, we've already messed up once. What's the harm in doing it again on our account, seeing as how we're probably much nicer people? I see. Good. Free Tusk Stagur. It's not the toughest of the Glanfathan tribes. Heraphis mutters from behind you, his voice kept low for you just to hear. The three tusks are certainly the most belligerent and uncivilized. They tame stelgers and ride them to battle, which tells you everything you need to know about their subtlety and self-preservation instincts. He snarls, his snarling grin widens. We are the farmers. Have the farmers grown too fearful to even mention our name? We are the fiercest of the 6 tribes of El Glanfaf. We are the guardians of the mountain here. What do you know about Silban Rilag? It's a sacred place of the builders. Neither you foot nor ours shall suffer its stones. The grass wherever it grins and has a spear. I will gladly water with your blood. I go where I wish. Stand aside. The warrior raises his spear. Take another step and the crows will feast on your entrails. Prepare for the next life, dog. Okay. I haven't got time for him. They want to be stupid and moronic. Let them be. Right, let them all just fight amongst themselves. He's got that out. That's up. So you can get that out. That's done. The rest of you focus on him. And we'll kill that guy off.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. I didn't care that you were standing here guarding this road. I gave you a chance at this pass, dude.
Just
I
say the
gave
word.
you a chance. You didn't listen, so you had to die.
I think I see... No, never mind.
There must be something around here.
Nothing over here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, you'd be so amazed what, like, literally, like, most battlefield sites are really hard to identify.
There's metal in the ground, over by that boat.
Inside first thing tomorrow. These ruins are claimed, friend. On your way.
No need to get riled, boys. We're just passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Eothasian. How about that? A godless sack of shit. We got a blazing corpse worshiper on our hands.
Actually, they never found the body.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges, didn't we, Pag?
Seamstresses?
Make your cracks now. Got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
Do you always, like, do you always swear by your gods when you do the devil's work?
Doesn't matter who it was for anyway. Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
Really, dude? Okay, fine. Be a moron. See if I care.
Hey.
What?
Okay, so you want to do that, do you? Fine. Hit him with that, and we'll hit him with this.
How bad?
The rest of us will beat this guy up.
They were right. That it was short work.
Just say the word.
Bits and pieces. Camping supplies.
Just say the word.
Return standard piece. The tip of metal object protrudes from a mound of watery river silt. With both hands, you and Edar begin digging at the mud until the object is dislodged. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is a steel, semicircular frame about the size of your fist, and at every point around the semicircular, jagged points jet out like tongues of flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's centre is a carved silhouette of a Volas plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
Show it to the grieving mother. Do you think you can help us? Look, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but I don't think there's much chance that this nice strange lady happens to be a cipher. The grieving mother looks at you. I will do what I can, but I will need the skills of a watcher to aid my own to identify the soul once I have found its trace. He turns to Eldar, hand outstretched. Elder hands her the steel sun. The motion is mechanical, unconscious. The grieving mother takes the sun in one hand and yours in the other, and you feel her presence in your mind, her thoughts bidding you to relax. Focus, she says, and the world reverberates as though an endless chasm. You close your eyes and concentrate. The sun is bright in your mind's eye, warm with the pulse of collecting experience and noisy with the thoughts of the past, of battle, of faith, of home. You drift from voice to voice, thought to thought. Edir's soul, a vibrant signature for which to locate his brother. One voice stands out amidst the din, a brass and earnest, a shade brighter than Edir's, but unmistakable of the same construction. You have no image of its own, but its journey is imprinted within the points and curves of the steel sun, and in your mind it opens before you as a path stretched both southward to the Gilded Vale and northward to the uneven terrain that joins Edirwood to Redsaras. You trace the path back to its origins, far back as you can find guiding over plains and hillsides to one room in Gilded Vale with a thatched roof and a dirt floor. The path is faint here, it's distant in time, rendering imagery blurry and details scarce. From Gilded Vale it follows the road towards Madher Bridge, reaching the gates of Defiance Bay before diverting abruptly, cutting northwards to a beeline for Redsaras. The path leads to a Redsarasian city, regal and austere in the Adurian imperial style. It winds through streets and clambers a grand set of stairs into a stately building. Passing through pointed archways into what appears to be a throne room. Upon the throne sits a man whose head is pure, blinding light. As it gazes, turns to you. The light drowns out all else. Its voice carries a force of thunder, but the words are impossible to make out the imprint echoes of echoes. The voice and light fade, and the path bends backwards, carrying you along to a barracks and back southwards, marching to Deerwood and skirmishing along the way. Upon one battlefield the imprint is vivid. You see a red Saracen standard toppled with a steel sun, clutched in the hands of a fallen soldier. You see a young man in red Saracen armour, with Edur's straw-coloured hair, race towards the standard and lift it, the path you've been following clear to see beneath his feet. And as his hands brush the steel tip, you can hear his thoughts racing in a blur, and they are of his God and his country, and a brother he hopes is far away from this place. In an instant the thoughts are gone as well as the man, and the standard is passed to another soldier. You pick a path up again as it meanders south and disintegrates into the cellars of clear Silembeg Rilag. You open your eyes.
Anything? Looked like you were working real hard there.
Your brother got as far as Defiance Bay before returning to Redsaras instead. He met Weidman there, then he enlisted.
What did he talk about with Weidman?
Weidman's head was a beam of light.
I figured that. Woden and me had heard enough stories from his uprising to know it wasn't just some tall tale. Doesn't mean he was Aethys. It could have been some wizard's trick. It's what they talked about that's important. What'd they say?
I do not know.
That's not funny. Come on. That metal sun, my brother touched it. You saw where he went. Now what'd he talk about with Weidman? Why'd my brother fight for Ceres?
Are you deaf? I said I don't know.
I guess that's it.
It was always some other way. I could do these, and we'll find some other way to know why he did what he did.
I don't think we will. What will we do? Look for more war relics? We were lucky to find this one. Soldiers that fought with him are long dead. The battle was a massacre. Whatever Aethys knows, he's not talking to anyone.
You don't have to wait around anymore. I got what I needed. If only there was words to fill such emptiness, better yet to remove his doubt, his questions. I regret that my answers have only deepened his pain.
Hey.
I've been meaning to ask myself, if I was a murderess, a secret society in Didirwood, what would I do? Tell me about your brother.
Woden was, about everything you'd want your firstborn son to be. Dutiful, honest, put thought into everything he did. A real pain in my ass. Made me look bad about every way he could. It wasn't something he tried to do, but of course that just makes it worse. Not that he didn't get into trouble himself. He was just better about feeling guilty after. But we used to have this farmer near us, Hereward. Couldn't stop talking about how well he cared for his chickens. How their feathers were the whitest in town. Convinced the butcher to pay him double what the other farmers got. Me and Woden got tired of hearing it. I was maybe 11, 12 at the time. We borrowed about 6 different dyes from the dyer one night. Dyed Hereward's chickens every color but white. Next morning, the butcher comes knocking, asking for 6 of his whitest chickens. We were feeling great, up until Hereward saw what we'd done. He just got on his knees and cried right there. All those colorful chickens around him, not knowing what to make of it. I thought it served him right, but I could tell Woden had other thoughts. Sure enough, the next day, every one of those chickens had been scrubbed down. They weren't white, mind you, but Woden sure tried. Never said a word to me about it, but I knew. That was Woden. My parents, they always let us be who we were. Never told me to be more like him or anything like that. Which was good, because I was never gonna.
Ah, sounds like a good brother.
What's on your mind?
Right, tax collection. Let's see. Eder admits that he's a sword is looking for. We were able to confirm that Eder's brother fought for Redras and even met Wyden himself prior to enlisting, but his actual reasons for doing so were lost. Eder will likely never know what inspired his brother to change his alliance.
Just say the word.
Okay. That's a shame. A broken bridge lies before you. Most of it appears to have crumbled into the river centuries ago, leaving 2 jagged ledges on either side of the water. You see a yawning passage into the mountain on the other side. You might be able to jump across the gap. Jump across. Grieving mother misjudges the gap and barely makes it across, spraining a wrist in the process.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
So that's... Oh, I take it this is a way you can get in without having to go across the bridge. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
Nothing else here by the looks of it we can look for. I mean, unless there's something down here we can't get in. Travel to Elban Rilag, find the sign to the leaden key within the ruins.
Just say the word.
Laying low.
I do wish we'd be able to find out more about the bloke's brother, to be honest, though. troll. If it's a troll, we'll probably have to switch over to this. How can people of the virtues resist the profanes and lawlessness? Uh-oh. Yep, okay. Here we go. It's still up, okay. I was hoping that we would have killed it quickly. Okay.
Just say the word.
So what did we miss? How can people virtuous resist the profane and the lawless? How can the elm dig its roots that storms cannot wash it away?
Not a problem.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
I mean, to be honest, we're relatively high levels, so we shouldn't have too much problems with this place. Oh, okay, so this is... Alright, so... The only difference was we could have gotten here without killing the people at the gate. And that was it. Don't care about the people at the gate, to be honest. I mean, they got in the way. Am I supposed to feel bad for them? Try to murder me, for Peter's sake.
How may I help?
Love.
Here comes the troll. Get that up. Get that up. Block him. More
I'm
troll.
on it. Nothing will slip past me.
Black ooze.
You better run.
More black ooze.
Death to
Quickly before they can summon reinforcements.
Can do.
Right.
Quick and quiet.
Lurkers. Savages mass at the gates with their arrows and wood and swords and spears, yearning for conquest and plunder. Their chieftains and warriors fear not vengeance of gods, not the wrath of their enemies. Death would not punish them.
Yes? Lava. Beyond seek.
Here they come. Oh man, it's a lot of them. Okay. Slime ain't probably going to do anything to him, unfortunately. Try raw damage. Get that out. Get that up. Okay, that's up. You can continue hitting that. There we go.
Just say the word. Just say the word.
Lots and lots of loots. Really.
To our enemy.
To be honest, we're so high level. We're not high level, but we're high enough level that this particular encounter isn't really anything
Say the word.
unusual. Nah, not bad.
Just say the word.
Little hidden spot to load the place. Corrupted druid. And they've seen us. Okay, this is fun.
What?
Okay, they're down. Let's do that. You do that. You get that out. You start swinging. Get that up. Where's the druid? Okay.
Just say the word.
And because it's going to go all the way around here.
Light.
Ah, well. At least we get loot.
We'll keep to ourselves.
Another corrupted druid, really. Shoot him before he can notice us.
Aye?
Okay, so he's up. Hit him. He's down. Go and stop him. Get that up. Activate your abilities. You go and fight this one. Let loose with one of those. Keep this guy down. Okay.
Just
So
say
just
the word.
lots of corrupt druids. Whatever that means.
Just say the word.
Yeah, this is going down this way, isn't it?
Death to our enemies. Death to our enemies.
Just keep killing them.
Leave it to me.
I know I'm taking a lot of damage, but I'm just like brute forcing my way through at this point because there's no reason to do tactical with people that are much lower level than you. Okay, here we go. Really, dude, you want to do this? Fine, we'll do it. Gets. Come on.
Just say the word.
It's more complicated than it has to be. Never could Picos accord with their chiefs. Can people find order then? Sunset brings darkness, but never a map in the stars of the sky. Okay.
Just say the word.
Yeah, that goes through there. I bet it goes through then links up. I'm just gonna go there and check. I thought it. Ah, my mistake. I thought it went somewhere else. Interesting. What's this? Never the spirit, always the flesh are the people of lower dies. Right, okay. We are going to save here, folks, because we're out of time for today. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section, and I shall get back in contact with you. Goodbye.